In the rarefied air of the automotive world, there are supercars, and then there are gods. For decades, one name stood alone at the summit of excess: Bugatti, a brand resurrected to do one thing: rewrite physics with brute force and unmatched luxury. But from the cold north of Sweden, a challenger rose, not with heritage, but with a maniacal obsession for innovation: Koenigsegg. Today, we are not just comparing two cars, we are witnessing a war of ideologies. In the red corner, the Bugatti Chiron, the Concorde of the road, a 16-cylinder monument to engineering excess that weighs as much as a tank but moves like a bullet. It represents the old world belief that more is better. More cylinders, more leather, more history. In the blue corner, the Koenigsegg Jesko, a machine named after the father of the company's founder. It is a scientific experiment let loose on the highway. It rejects the Bugatti's weight in favor of carbon fiber anorexia. It ditches the massive engine displacement for revolutionary transmission tech. It is raw, violent, and unapologetically futuristic. The Chiron is the irresistible force. The Jesko is the immovable object of aerodynamic perfection. When Molsheim meets Angelhelm, the pavement trembles. This isn't just a comparison of horsepower. This is the ultimate battle for the soul of the hypercar. Welcome to the showdown. To understand these monsters, we must look into their hearts. And the heart of the Bugatti Chiron is nothing short of a mechanical miracle. It houses an 8.0-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine. Imagine two V8 engines fused together. It is a dinosaur in the modern age of hybrids, a gloriously defiant beast pumping out 1,600 horsepower in the supersport trim. The engineering challenge here wasn't just making power, it was keeping the engine from melting. The Chiron gulps 60,000 liters of air per minute at top speed. It circulates 800 liters of water through the engine every minute. It is a power plant that you can drive to the opera. The sound, a deep, baritone rumble that feels like an earthquake beneath your seat. The Koenigsegg Jesko, however, takes a different path. Christian von Koenigsegg didn't want size, he wanted volatility. It uses a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8. On standard gas, it makes 1,280 horsepower. But feed it E85 biofuel and it transforms, churning out a staggering 1,600 horsepower, matching the Bugatti with half the cylinders. But the magic isn't just the engine, it's the transmission. The Chiron uses a smooth dual-clutch system. The Jesko, it uses something called the LST, light-speed transmission. It has no flywheel. Let me repeat that. No flywheel. This means the engine revs from idle to redline almost instantly, like a superbike. It has 7 clutches and 9 gears, allowing it to jump from 7th gear directly to 4th without passing through the others. While the Bugatti thunders, the Jesko screams, a high-pitched, flat-plane wail that pierces the sky.
Walk up to the Chiron and you are looking at art history. The design is dominated by the Bugatti line, that massive C-shaped curve sweeping from the A-pillar through the door. It's not just styling, it forces air into the massive side intakes to cool that 116 engine. The Chiron is voluptuous. It has presence. It looks heavy, expensive, and permanent. Every line on the Chiron is unbroken. The rear is an open void to let heat escape, framed by a single floating bar of light. It doesn't look like a race car. It looks like a land speed record locomotive wearing a tuxedo. It is designed to be stable, to slice through the air with the dignity of a bullet train. The Jesko is the antithesis of this elegance. It is a fighter jet without wings. Look at the Jesko attack variant. That rear wing is so large, it looks like it was stolen from an F1 car. It's active, moving and tilting to crush the car into the asphalt. Koenigsegg's design is form follows function taken to the extreme. The windshield wraps around like a visor, a callback to the Koenigsegg DNA. The car is shrink-wrapped around the mechanicals. There is no excess fat here. Every vent, every fin, every strake is there to manage airflow. At high speeds, the Jesko generates over 1,000 kilograms of downforce. While the Bugatti tries to slip through the air unnoticed, the Jesko grabs the air and beats it into submission. Open the door of the Chiron and you step into a different century. There are no massive touchscreens here, no plastic. Everything you touch is real. Titanium, carbon fiber, leather from cows raised at altitudes where there are no mosquitoes to blemish their hides. Bugatti wants this car to be timeless. In 50 years, a screen will look outdated, but an analog dial will still be beautiful. The center console is a thin spine of aluminum dials. It is minimalist, isolating, and incredibly quiet. You could whisper at 200 miles per hour in here. It is a cocoon of wealth. Enter the Jesko, and the vibe shifts instantly. This is a workspace. The first thing you notice is the Smart Cluster, a digital instrument screen that is mounted on the steering wheel. As you turn the wheel, the screen stays level using a gyroscope. It is dizzying, brilliant tech. The Jesko feels tight, almost claustrophobic compared to the airy Chiron. The carbon fiber is exposed everywhere. The seats are thin, rigid shells designed to hold you during 2G cornering, not for cross-continental napping. It vibrates with the engine. You feel every revolution of that V8 against your spine. If the Chiron is a private jet, the Jesko is the cockpit of a fighter plane during a dogfight. So what happens when you unleash them? In the Chiron, acceleration is a physical assault. Thanks to its all-wheel drive system, you can mash the throttle on a wet road and it will just go. It is drama-free speed, 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. But it's the way it keeps pulling that terrifies you. 100, 150, 200, the W16 never runs out of breath. It feels unstoppable, heavy and planted. The Jesko is a different animal entirely. It is rear-wheel drive. That means all 1,600 horsepower is sent to the back tires alone. It is a handful. It requires respect.
If you floor the Jesko, the traction control fights a war to keep you straight. In a straight line from a standstill, the Bugatti's all-wheel drive gives it the edge. It launches harder. But once they are moving, the Jesko's lightweight construction, weighing nearly 1,000 pounds less than the Chiron, starts to shine. On a racetrack, the Bugatti fights its own weight. The Jesko dances. It changes direction telepathically. The Chiron is for the Autobahn. The Jesko is for the Nürburgring. One conquers the map. The other conquers the lap time. But ultimately, these cars are judged by one number: top speed. In 2019, Bugatti took a modified Chiron Supersport to the Volkswagen test track. They did the unthinkable. They smashed the 300-mile-per-hour barrier, hitting 304.77 miles per hour. It was a mic drop moment for the industry. Bugatti proved that a luxury car could outrun a small Cessna aircraft. They retired from speed records immediately after, stating they had nothing left to prove. They had climbed Everest. But Koenigsegg hasn't conceded. Enter the Jesko Absolut. By removing the massive rear wing and smoothing out the body, Koenigsegg claims this car is capable of over 330 miles per hour, maybe even 530 kilometers per hour. The math is there. The power-to-weight ratio is there. But unlike Bugatti, the Jesko hasn't done it on a track yet. Finding a road long enough and tires strong enough is the final hurdle. The Chiron holds the crown in reality, but the Jesko haunts the Bugatti's dreams with the ghost of what could be possible. It is the king in waiting, sharpening its sword.
So, who wins the ultimate hypercar battle? If you want to cross a continent in supreme comfort, arriving at a gala feeling refreshed while knowing you own the fastest tank on Earth, you buy the Bugatti Chiron. It is the pinnacle of the internal combustion engine's history, a rolling tribute to a century of gasoline. But if you want to feel the raw, terrifying edge of what is scientifically possible, if you want to drive the future, you choose the Koenigsegg Jesko. It is not about heritage, it is about dominance. The Chiron is the greatest car of the 20th century, built in the 21st. The Jesko is the first car of the 22nd. Choose your weapon carefully, because at these speeds, you aren't just driving. You're flying without wings.